So you got that ability to say cosine in you somewhere, after all. Maybe not on math, but
in a different domain.
yeah,
There are 1,000 ways to be smart, by the
yeah,
way. And that is a really, like, when I go around, and I meet people, I'm always looking for the way that they're smart. And you find that's one of the things that makes the world so interesting and fun, is that it's not like IQ is a single
yep.
dimension. There are people who are smart in such unique ways.
Yeah, you just gave me a good response to when somebody calls me an idiot on the internet. You know, there's 1,000 ways to be smart, sir.
Well, they might tell you, yeah, but there are a million ways to be dumb.
Yeah, right. I feel like that's a Mark Twain quote. Okay. All right. You gave me an amazing tour of Blue Origin rocket factory and launch complex in the historic Cape Canaveral. That's where New Glenn, the big rocket we talked about, is being built and will launch. Can you explain what the New Glenn rocket is and tell me some interesting technical aspects of how it works?
Sure. New Glenn is a very large, a heavy lift launch vehicle. It'll take about 45 metric tons to LEO, very large class. It's about half the thrust, a little more than half the thrust of the Saturn V rocket. So it's about 3.9 million pounds of thrust on liftoff. The booster has 7 BE-4 engines. Each engine generates a little more than 550,000 pounds of thrust. The engines are fueled by liquefied natural gas, LNG, as the fuel, and LOX as the oxidizer. The cycle is an Ox-rich stage combustion cycle. It's a cycle that was really pioneered by the Russians. It's a very good cycle. And that engine is also going to power the first stage of the Vulcan rocket, which is the United Launch Alliance rocket. Then the second stage of New Glenn is powered by 2 BE-3U engines, which is a upper stage variant of our New Shepard liquid hydrogen engine. So the BE-3U has 160,000 pounds of thrust. So 2 of those, 320,000 pounds of thrust. And hydrogen is a very good propellant for upper stages because it has very high ISP. It's not a great propellant, in my view, for booster stages because the stages then get physically so large. Hydrogen has very high ISP, but liquid hydrogen is not dense at all. So to store liquid hydrogen, if you need to store many thousands of pounds of liquid hydrogen, your liquid hydrogen tank gets very large. So you get more benefit from the higher ISP, the specific impulse. You get more benefit from the higher specific impulse on the second stage. And that stage carries less propellant, so you don't get such geometrically gigantic tanks.
Mm-hmm.
The Delta IV is an example of a vehicle that is all hydrogen. The booster stage is also hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's a very effective vehicle, but it never was very cost effective. So it's operationally very capable, but not very cost effective.
So size is also costly.
Size is costly. So it's interesting. Rockets love to be big.
Mm-hmm.
Everything works better.
What do you mean by that? You've told me that before. It sounds epic, but what's it?
I mean, when you look at the kind of the physics of rocket engines, and also when you look at parasitic mass, it doesn't. If you have, let's say you have an avionics system, so you have a guidance and control